everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to one of the most highly requested videos I think I have ever gotten on my channel, like ever, and it makes me so happy that you guys want to see this. So this is my current cheek tutorial, and I've done a couple of videos like this before. I will link all of them down below, but I feel like cheek routines, they kind of shift with the seasons. So like the colors of your blush and the types of contouring and bronzer that you use, they kind of shift with the seasons. So this is, I guess, my fall/winter cheek tutorial. I have gotten so many comments on like every single one of my videos that just say, oh my gosh, your skin looks so glowy, what bronzer are you using, what blush combo are you using? And I answer those questions, but I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and make a video all about it, because what better way to tell you about my cheek routine than to just show you, right? So here we go. Okay, so right now I have 0 cheek products on. So you can see like my skin looks very pale and I look very washed out. I have lipstick on, I have all my eye makeup on, my eyebrows. I have everything done except for my cheek makeup. So you can see how much of a difference it really makes when you forget that kind of stuff. And I used to be the person who was terrified of bronzer. I didn't know how to apply it. I thought it would look like orangey and chalky. I hated blush because my skin kind of naturally flushes, and so I figured, oh my gosh, if I wear blush, I'm just gonna look like a pink little piglet, and I had no idea how to use highlighter. So I used to legitimately never wear any cheek makeup, and then once I played around with it and I figured out how to make it all work, I love this part of my makeup routine. It is like my favorite thing to do. So the first thing I do is I start out with a bronzer. So I'm very pale complected, as you can see. Therefore, I need a very pale bronzer. So this is the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. I talk about this non-stop on my channel. But if you're new to my channel, this is like my holy grail bronzer. I've gone through several of these. I'm almost done with this one, but this is a completely matte bronzer, and you can see it's very pale, so it's good for the pale girls. It's also really good for the winter time if you don't want to like overwhelm yourself with tons of bronzer. So I apply this with a big fluffy bronzer brush. So this is the Marc Jacobs The Bronze Bronzer Brush. You don't have to use this exact one, but I will tell you, this bronzer brush is a game changer. It's amazing. It's so big and so fluffy, so it really covers like a lot of your face all at once. So I just start out by swirling my brush around in this, getting a good amount of product. I blow off the excess or tap off the excess, and then I start with my cheeks. So I start right here on my hairline, and I just kind of bronze up my cheek area. And if you wanted to kind of contour and bronze at the same time, you can use a more precise, like skinny type brush. So maybe like this. I've done a cheek tutorial using this before, but I like this because it just really bronzes up your skin. It doesn't contour at all. It literally just bronzes. So you can see how much difference just that one tiny step makes. So here's without and here's with it. So that alone makes a huge difference in your appearance. So I'm gonna just do the other side, make it match. So I stop pretty much right where my smile lines are. I don't bring it all the way down to my mouth. I just bronze up basically just the cheek area. And then once I'm done there, I do drag it down to my neck. So I kind of connect the area and I bronze up my jawline a little bit and drag it down to my neck and my décolleté. That way everything matches and it's just kind of like seamless looking. Otherwise you have like a bronze face and a white neck and you can just kind of see the difference. So I like to drag it down. And then lastly, I do my hairline up here. So I start right here and I just kind of dab it across, get a little bit more product, dab it right here, and then blend it upwards into my hairline and then connect it down to my cheek color. Just like that. Okay, so you can see that that one small step already makes a humongous difference, but I'm not gonna stop there. So the next thing I do is contour. Now I don't contour every day, but it is such a quick step. Like I've learned how to make it so quick and so fast that I could do it every day. So to contour, currently I use the MAC 188 brush, So this is a flat top duo fiber little tiny miniature brush, and you can see it's just small enough to make like the perfect contour line. So the product that I've been loving is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. I'm also going to use this to set my under eye, to highlight my under eye area too, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I really like this middle color right here. And this stuff is super pigmented. You really do not need a lot of product at all. So I dab it in like that, blow off the excess again. And this gets a little tricky. You have to play around with it a little bit. But I start in that same area, so right here, like the top of my ear basically, and right underneath where my cheekbones are. So if you smile or if you do the fishy face, you can see your face kind of naturally contours. So you want to just highlight, well not highlight, contour, but you want to bring attention to that area with a darker powder. So I just go like that. And I stop about midway down my cheek. And that is it. So you can see this brush makes it pretty much foolproof. Like it makes it so quick and so easy, and it diffuses it and it blends it all in one. So here's with and here's without. So you can see it definitely makes a huge difference in kind of carving out your cheeks. So I'm just gonna do the other side, make it match. Okay, and if you ever feel like you are too heavy-handed, I go in with a big, fluffy, clean brush and I just kind of go over it, and that blends it out also and just kind of diffuses it a little bit more. So if you ever feel like you go overboard, that is my trick. Next step is blush, and the blush that is my holy grail blush, and the blush that I have been talking about nonstop and that I am wearing in like 99% of my videos is the Tarte, what is this, Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the color Exposed. I will show you what it looks like, and you can tell I love it because it's almost gone. So this is a really good fall colored blush. It's kind of like a nude mauve. So I apply that with a large angled contour brush. This is the Sigma F40, and this is a clay blush. That's hard to say. Clay blush. So it's a little tricky to get on your brush. So I just kind of pat it excessively until I can tell my brush has product on it. And then this, I start at the apples of my cheek and I drag it back to my hairline. So let me show you. And that's it. So if you want more color, you can go in for a second layer, but I think the key to kind of add even more contour to your face is to drag it back to your hairline like I did. Same trick, if you feel like you are a little bit too heavy-handed, go in with your clean brush and kind of buff it out a little bit, but I think it looks good. I like it. I like blush, so. Next step is I go in with that highlighter color underneath my eyes. This is a matte highlight, so back to the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. Yeah, Shade and Light Contour Palette. And I use this yellowish color right above the contour color I used. So for this, I use a skinny dome-shaped brush. You can use whatever brush your little heart desires, but I just basically pat it underneath and drag it into the corner of my eye. I do this after blush because I feel like it kind of buffs out or blends out any blush that I drug up a little bit too high. So I do it after blush, but you can do this to set your under eyes if you want to, like to set your concealer. It just depends on how you can squeeze it into your routine. Last step is highlighter, and this step makes such a difference, especially if you're taking pictures, if you're shooting videos. Like it just really adds that last extra element of just like glowiness to your skin. So my favorite right now, and the one that I use in pretty much every single one of my videos, is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in the color Moonstone. So I've also spoken to you guys about this before in like several of my favorites videos, but basically it is like a white gold, kind of like a white gold beige highlighter. It looks almost straight white on the camera, but it does have like a tiny bit of beige gold to it. So I have a specific highlighter brush, the Anastasia A23 brush, and I don't like this that much because it really cakes it on there. Like it really adds like a highlight streak. So if I want intense highlight, I will use that. But I find that a large angled contour brush, the same brush that I used for blush, it's just a clean one, I think that diffuses and blends out the highlight a little bit better and it looks a little more like natural. So that's what I'm going to use. So with this, I just tap it in there a couple of times. You don't need any more product than that. I start on the apples of my cheeks and I just drag it back like this. Like that. So you can already see how much of a difference that makes. And then I kind of do a C motion around my eyes like this. So just like that. And if you feel like it looks too much, you can go in and you can blend it out with the same brush, or you can go in with your clean fluffy brush. Whatever you want to do to blend it out. If you want more intense highlight, then go in with a skinny brush or a smaller brush like this and just really, really highlight. But this is what I've been doing, and you can see, so here's with highlight, here's without highlight. It really does make a difference. I mean, it's a very subtle difference, but you guys notice it and I notice it. So it is noticeable if it's something that you look for. So I'm just gonna make the other side match. And that is it. That's what it looks like. So I know it seems a lot and it seems excessive. This took me about 10 minutes to do on camera while explaining it to you, but literally this step in my morning routine total, starting with the bronzer, ending with the highlighter, including contour, takes maybe 3 minutes because you get so quick and these brushes make it so foolproof and so easy to do. So I think it's worth the extra 3 minutes and it really makes such a difference. So I'll insert my before picture right here so you can see what it looks like before, and then here is what it looks like after. So it totally makes a difference. It is 100% like, it just takes you from, wow, you're wearing makeup, to wow, your cheeks look good, you look glowy. So I hope that this helped. Again, it was such a requested video that I had to do it for you guys. I wanted to do it for you guys. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions on anything, please let me know down below. And I think that that's it. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!